Beloved homeland of our brave heroes, we must defend our lives, or we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all our foes. But if the price is death for all we hold in, then let us die without a shred of fear. Hail to Biafra, consecrated nation, oh fatherland, this be our solemn pledge. Defending thee shall be our dedication. Spilling our blood will count our privilege. The waving standard which emboldens the free shall always be our flag of liberty. Hail to Biafra, consecrated nation, oh fatherland, this be our solemn pledge. Defending thee shall be our dedication. Spilling our blood will count our privilege. The waving standard which emboldens the free shall always be our flag of liberty.
Yeah. Long live our Biobi Mama as one more class. We are the Biobis. Umuchinaka.
Biafra in London, Biafra in Germany, Biafra everywhere. Biafra in Russia, Biafra in Malaysia. Everybody likes it. They tried to kill us many years ago, killing the people of Biafra, destroying the people of Biafra. But somebody said to all the IPB, respect the leader of indigenous people. Nobody can stop Biafra. I say it. Nobody can stop Biafra. Nobody can stop Biafra because Biafra is strong. You can judge the leader of Biafra. You can kill the people of Biafra, but never change their decision. Every time I play this about I wish maybe every time I sing this about I wish maybe they tried to kill us many years ago, killing the people of Biafra, destroying the people of Biafra. Nobody can stop Biafra. Nobody can stop Biafra. Nobody can stop Biafra because Biafra is strong. Nobody can stop Biafra. Nobody can stop Biafra. Nobody can stop Biafra because Biafra is strong. Biafra in bedroom, Biafra in bathroom, Biafra everywhere. Biafra in jail, Biafra in church, everybody likes it. They tried to kill us many years ago, killing the people of Biafra, destroying the people of Biafra. Nobody can stop Biafra. Nobody can stop Biafra. Nobody can stop Biafra because Biafra is strong. I told you, nobody can stop Biafra. Nobody can stop Biafra. Nobody can stop Biafra because Biafra is strong. Nobody can stop Biafra. Nobody can stop Biafra. Obama. Nobody can stop Biafra because Biafra is strong. Nobody can stop Biafra. Nobody can stop Biafra. Nobody can stop Biafra because Biafra is strong. Nobody can stop Biafra. Nobody can stop Biafra. Nobody can stop Biafra because Biafra is strong.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, and women of goodwill, conscious people, wherever you are, all over the world, I will say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Marty Uchi Okafomefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. He's the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption, and he has kept to his word to this moment. But of course, he's standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our Supreme Leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the Prince of Afari Beku, heir to the throne of Ibeku Kingdom. It took the grace of God upon his life for him to be able to stand up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people for over or almost 6 decades. By the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama, I am George Onyibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State. Abo is also in Edo State for record purposes. And I serve the indigenous people of Biafra in the capacity of the African rep and the Nigerian interim national coordinator, at least at this moment. Without wasting much of our time, we must go ahead to appreciate the Almighty Creator, Himself, Chukwu Okike Abiama, the one who sits in heaven and preside over the affair of man. For yet this is another new day here in the land of the rising sun, Biafra land. Anyị na-aja gị mma o, n'ihi na ị mara mma ịhụnanya anyị na gị, obiọma gị, o juru anyị anya dadi o, ịmakwa na enwe gị mgbanwe o, ọ dịghị onye dị ka gị, ị bụ Alfa na Omega. Anyị niile na-asị na ịdị mma o. Once again, I welcome you. I would say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, depending on your time zone. Without wasting much of our time this morning, we will be moving ahead to our topic for the day, still in the mood of Heroes and Heroines Remembrance Day. For many lives have been given up because of this name Biafra. But we're not going to stop. We are not going to stop until Biafra is restored. If this generation fails to restore Biafra, The next generation will be buttered. We've operated peacefully. We've engaged international community. In fact, instead of them to come forward and discuss the issue of Biafra, they are going behind to discuss their political interest. They didn't start today. And so shamelessly, they all sit behind. They're waiting for us to make mistakes so they can justify their negligence. They will have a table to justify the killing of our people, and then they will have an avenue to say it is because of this or that that made us to ignore them. But you lie, because the wars have ear. Everything all of you have been doing is being properly documented. But let me tell you something this morning. It is too late for anybody to say that they will extinct Biafra. It is too late. You may be able to succeed to remove us from our land. I said you may, probably. It's not certain because it's not possible for you, believe me. But you can't stop us because we have moved on. We have metamorphosed. We have gone beyond what our brain can carry. You will know one day. But let it be on record. We are not here to conquer anybody. Our fathers never did. We are not here to take that which belongs to another person. Our fathers never did. We just want to be free. United Nations acknowledge it. Geneva Convention painted it with beautiful colors. Even if it was first of all God-given right. So while you are behind closed door, planning on how to exterminate us, how to take over our land, how to Islamize us, you just get ready because you don't know what is coming for you. You never know when one lunatic is going to run into that hole where you are planning that nonsense, and that will be the end of the like of you. I thought everywhere they were going, shoot them, kill them, kill them. Nigerian Boko Haram army are so quiet now, but we know they are planning underground. IPOB member, wherever you are in Biafra land, open your eye. Open your eye. They just kept quiet temporarily. This is 30th of May. They never know what you're going to do. They are walking underground with their saboteurs, all those baby saboteurs. Give them feeding bottle, let them do what they can. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Facebook, I'm on again. Come and cut me off. Mad people. Very criminal-minded individual. They appear as the angel of light, whereas they are worse than Lucifer itself. I tell people all the time, on the last day, you will see that Satan will enter heaven. I'm telling you because I have seen Homo sapiens, mankind worse than Lucifer. Satan will enter to heaven. In heaven, I must tell you, only true Biafrans will go to heaven. Only true Biafrans. On the last day, on the last day, on the last day, only true Biafrans will be raptured. On the last day, on the last day, only true Biafrans will be raptured. You won't understand it, and I don't expect you to understand it. But one day you will know. But I hope you will be standing on the right side when this trumpet will sound. Our team remains, we will always remember them. We will always remember them. And our topic this morning is, they died for my emergency. Those who died, they died for your emergency. But you may not be able to understand clearly, but let me try to create a scenario, or rather break it down in such a way you will understand. They died for our emergency. Generations of Biafrans who have been dying because they are Biafrans from time immemorial died for our emergency. I happen to work with one engineer, and along the line, he has actually paid me, but I had an emergency. I needed money to solve my problem, and I ran to him. That is almost 15 or 20 years ago. And I called on him and said, please, I know you have paid me, but I have a challenge now. Can you please raise me some money? The guy looked at me and said to me, you see, one thing I don't do in my life is people's emergency don't become my emergency. I said, how do you mean? He said, your emergency has nothing to do with me. My brother, go and deal with your situation. I was shocked. Even though I know he has some of my properties, some of my goods, that whatever the money I asked him to help me with. But he simply said, I cannot bring any money that I'm not ready to bring up because you have emergency. Your emergency cannot become my emergency. And I left. Man, I learned from there how selfish some people can be. But these people who died, those of you on Facebook, you see them, they are emergency soldier. These people were not soldier. Some of them are 17 years, 20 years. Some of them are even 15 years. Now they have become emergency soldier. All because of your emergency. All because of my emergency. Somebody who is owing me already is telling me that since he didn't have a schedule to pay me that day, he will not pay me because my own emergency will not become his own emergency. Now maybe you begin to appreciate the enormous sacrifice they've made on our behalf. Some of them are still alive. Some of them are dead. We will remember them. Our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekano, you see, if you see any of them along the road, you see any veteran, this hero and heroine, remember them, buy them beer. If you don't buy them beer, or wine, whatever they take, Pami, no, we don't take Brukutu. If you do not take care of them, then I don't think you are genuine IPOB. Remember them. Honor them. So the next generation will rise up and do what they ought to do. Make them understand that their sacrifice for us on that very day will never be forgotten. For what they have done already will echo into eternity. For there will be no history of freedom. There will be no story of genocide. There will be no history of a people without Biafrans being mentioned. For even as much as they work to hide us beneath the carpet, to make sure our voices are not heard, then will they see one Biafran rising up from every corner of the world, and they will acknowledge us. The British, the Portuguese, the French, all those who invaded Africa, every one of them, every oil company, go and ask Shell. Irrespective of billions they've pumped in Biafra land to destabilize Biafra land, we are still here. We are still here. Because there is a God that sits in heaven. He presides over the affair of man. And he is the one who is keeping us. The one who is protecting us. And of course, I understand. We must continue, I must tell you. And somebody said my voice is cracking. But I hope it's better now. I hope it's better. If it's better, I think you have to tell me. But I will see to it that that problem is solved before the end of the day. Just like as I was saying, these people died for our emergency. And as such, we must remember them. When I say they died for our emergency, a lot of things are involved. What it means to die of our emergency is what I have just explained to you. These men and women and children died not for their own making, as you can see, but as a result, as you can see today, that they have been surrounded. There are people who are dying every day in Nigeria. Fulani herdsmen are killing people. Boko Haram are killing people. Miati Allah are killing Nigerians. Nigerian government are killing their citizens supposedly. A lot of Nigerians are now poisoning themselves. May God bless the person that produced sniper, so that those wasted sperm walking around, corpse already who claim to be human being, let all of them poison themselves. They are dying every day. Some people are hanging themselves, all because of one almighty Nigeria. Giant of Africa, they call it. There are people stabbing themselves to death. A lot are poisoning themselves. Some are dying because they stole. These people didn't die for our emergency. They died for their foolishness. They died out of their stupidity. They died for the reason best known to them. But there are few men and women, innocent children, who died as a result of emergency. They stood the line, even when they are not prepared. They gave up their family. They gave up everything that is dear to them and they died. It's not as if they could not take their family and run away, because I know that those who were able to cross Abo land and move to Lagos, still from the same Abo land, move to Awuchi Axis and go to North successfully, maybe by virtue of association and assimilation. They were saved. That is where you hear people like Joe Ibukui yapping from Lagos and telling you he's a Lagosian and condemning the mother that gave birth to him. You may not know what happened. These people who decided to stay in Biafra land and die, they died for your emergency, for the avoidance of doubt. They died defending you. This is one truth you must know. That very day, Ojukwu declared, after the discussion in Aburi, he said, from this day onwards, 30th of May, he rose the flag of Biafra and said, let us go home. That was the day people, men and women, begin to die. Genocide took place in our land. He said, let us go home. And in less than a week, British government and Russia, Soviet Union, have mobilized the most dreaded terror on the face of the planet Earth. And then they moved to the gate and the outpost of Biafra land. There were those who could have escaped. There are those who could have set back. The same way we are shouting now, you don't know that people like Asari have a flying boat waiting for them backyard from a Jordan. They will run to Benin Republic, and after the war they come back as your hero. Hero my foot. You see people like Blue Jay tell you, oh, IPOB gave me 500,000. I pity all of you, because if anybody think that you can please anybody to get this Biafra, that person must think again. Iruanya is now doing what do they call it, genocide exhibition, whereas Iruanya has led to the death of many people. And somebody says, no, don't call them, but I have to call them. I have to call all these beasts of no nation, according to how Fela called them. How long are you think you're going to hold your line? How long? But these people said, no, we will not run. You know, it reminds me of a song my father used to play in those days. The song goes this way. I may not be able to sing it very well, but let's see if I can. Igbuemu haye haye Igbuemu galokwa dim haye n'enuwa kanye no haye Igbuemu gamokwa nwam haye haye. Those of you who killed our father, those of you who killed our brothers, you killed our sisters, have we become your children now? The answer is no. These people died for our emergency. They prefer to die defending you instead of running away with their tails tied between their legs. Like brave men and women, they lay down their life for me and you. We must remember them. They choose to die for you instead of running. Look at all the governors in Biafra land, South, East, South, South, all of them. Look at all of them. Why do you think they are mute? They don't want to die. Their bank account will be freezing, because every governor in Nigeria that steals 50% to 60 or 70% of every looting by politicians in Nigeria is touched up somewhere in UK, United Kingdom, Britain, British, whatever their name is. The Zazo Anglophone terrorist breed who has caused enough havoc to humanity. That is where they hide their money. So when Britain say extradite them, mechanize them, tributize them, bring them to Britain, Britain is judging corrupt Nigeria. Who the hell are they? Because they are part of the crime. They must clean their part before the world know that all the looters from Nigeria, the zoo called Nigeria, are sponsored by British government. But they are agreeing to the truth already. Wike the other day said it openly, without fear or favor, that Nigerian military, Nigerian police are involved in bunkering. This is oil theft, but they are not calling them militant. Nigerian police are supposed to be called militant, but they are not calling them. He went on to say that Shell and other oil companies, Chevron, ExxonMobil, whatever name you call yourself, any Saipan, all of you are terrorists in Biafra land. He told you, you sponsor communal crisis. You breed terrorists, cultists of every tribe in Biafra land, inside Biafra land. That is why we have Kaduna Marine in Biafra land, Sokoto Marine, Sambisa Marine, Shiel. You think you can stop us? You don't know what is coming for all of you. You may end up giving up, but if it's by our term, as a result of our pressure, we will come for you. But if you let us go now, we will assume you've never committed any crime against us. Don't forget, I remain Judge Onyibe, and I'm reaching you from Abo. You know, some people say, oh, they are tracking you. They're going to track you. Thunder fire you. It takes one wasted sperm, Yoruba blood, and Awusa blood flowing in them, terrorist blood flowing in them. They say, look at me. They know, look at Judge Onyibe. Nigeria can't even control traffic light. Is it Judge Onyibe they are going to track my foot in the ara? But of course, I understand the pair of light is not in my hand. But I understand that there is a God that sits in heaven that presides over the affair of man. He's the one that shapes the way ahead of me. And I have consulted him and I have confided in him. I'm not here to conquer Yoruba or Awusa Fulani. I'm not here to conquer British government or anybody. We just want to be left alone. Like every other nation, we want to be the author of our destiny. These people choose to die for us instead of running. With no hope of prevailing, yet they died and decided not to run away. The tank crier just beat the gun and said, please, everybody come together, everybody come together. I remember in those days as a child, and I went to the village, and I early morning, I begin to hear sound of, what do they call it? What is even the name? It is called a gugu in my language. I don't know what it's called in English language. And believe me, I just don't want to know. It is called a gugu in my language. And early morning, as early as this or earlier than this, youth will take this egugu and move it on the way, and they will knock it. Come, ekilewugbo owo owo kehe ekilewugbo come they're just passing a signal. You have no choice. You must obey. The same way these men and women, out of emergency, stood in the ground for me and you. The trunk crier was sent out, and they called on all of them. They beckoned on them. You are a child, you are adult, you are a male, you are a female. We have to defend our territory. And those saboteurs started running, helter-skelter, started hiding. But this one say, we will not hide, we will not run. We are here. Those of you on Facebook, those are the picture of people you are seeing. Emergency soldier, I'm telling you, defended the terrorists of the world for 3 years. Who will say we should not remember them? Without gun, they waged against the highest monster that have ever existed in the face of the planet Earth. You people, when we say Soviet Union followed Nigeria, sponsored Nigeria to kill our people, you don't understand what we are talking about. Go and ask America. They will tell you what Soviet Union dealt, how Soviet Union dealt with them. Soviet Union dealt with America, but America stood their ground. And then, of course, they have a documentary program already online. It is known as How We Got Here. Soviet Union dealt with America. It looks like as if they were invincible. They were not going to end any longer. In fact, the leader of Soviet Union dare challenge God and said nobody can divide Soviet Union. But how market today? You are there boasting and saying, no, Biafra will never pray. Don't you know I'm Theresa May? Don't you know I'm Ocron of France? Don't you know I'm giant of, is it Donald Trump, or I'm the world champion Chunchan or Charancham? You lie. Kingdom rise and kingdom fall. Do the right thing. Do the needful. Protect the life of the weak. Defend the innocent. Uphold justice. Let there be transparency. Let there be equity, that men might live, and each and every one of them contributing their quota to the good of humanity. But outside this, we shall see how it ends. They would have run away, but they said no. We would rather die than running away. And so these young men, you see, there are things you've not heard of. But before 30th of May, we will remind you of all of them. Or rather, we will tell you of all of them. There were these young men going every community, going every home, demanding that every man and woman should go and defend the territory of Biafra. Most of them left home with the hope that they will come back one day. They didn't come back home. They died for my emergency and your emergency. Most of our young mothers and sisters, they were so very, very anxious to defend their land. As I'm talking to you tonight, some of them now in Sokoto, in the palace, in all this setan of Sokoto, Emir's palace now, they have tied them with, is it pijad they call it? They have enveloped them with bandage. And either we say they will use blanket to tie their head. So when you see them saying, promoting pijad, it is to kidnap your wife, turn your wife to a slave beast, and they cover your face so you don't know. They still bring your wife to occasion and say, oh, we are all one Nigeria. I wonder why late Buhari wife is not wearing pijad. I thought she's a Muslim. Of course, the husband, late husband, belonged to most the dreaded surge of Islamic terrorist jihadists. Why is she not covering her face? But we know more than 70% of Awasa women, as you call them, who are wearing jibad or jihad or shibat, whatever they call that masquerade, Muslim women wear, they are Biafran women. They are Biafran women. Let them unveil them. You will be surprised. We have had access to many of them. These were those that we adopted from our land. Why am I bringing it up? Because many of our women, pure-blooded Biafrans, they choose to fight. They stood their ground. And then there were these little children, some of them within the ages of 13, 12 years, 10 years, from every extraction in Biafra land. And they came forward and they say, we are going to serve Biafra. And the commander, depending on the region, will say, but how can small children like you serve Biafra? They say, if a dog who can fight to deliver ammunition during First World War, Second World War, or any other revolutionary movement in America, and you see the heroes of dog who saved America, they are all in the museum somewhere in America. Why can't we, little children, more valuable than dog, why can't we serve our fatherland? And then these emergency soldiers, these emergency heroes and heroines, they say, then if that be the case, you shall be known as boys camp. And believe me, I will not continue until I honor those people who were boys camp. If you are still alive, if you are listening to me now, and you are part of that boys camp, I dedicate this to you, and I'll be back in a minute. Special dedication to you. It's all for you. Special dedication for you, I must tell you. Just give me some minutes, because you will be remembered. Children of 13 years, children of 10 years, children of 5 years, all of them, they stood. Boys camp, the last of your kind. This one is for you.
Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. Beloved homeland of our brave heroes, we must defend our lives, or we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all our foes. But if the price is death for all we hold in, then let us die without a shred of fear.
Yes, boys camp, this is for you. Because little children as young as 7, as young as 6, as young as 13 years old, they were willing to use firewood to follow Soviet Union, to fight British government, to fight Hausa and Yoruba. Yoruba, give me the history of your children defending your land. You are a Biafran child, you are listening to me now. Don't think you are too young to defend your fatherland. All of us must begin to get ready. For they want Boko Haram, we shall give them Biafra Haram. They want Miati Allah, we shall give them Chukwu Kika Biama Allah. Whatever they want, we will give to them. Fulani melu melu, we will give them Biafran enyi by enyi. Whatever they want, we will give to them. Never too young to defend Biafra land. Don't let them deceive you. A generation before you, they did it. They called them boys camp. Boys camp. Boys camp. Majority of them died. Both the dead and the living. I remember you. I remember you. I remember you. We remember you. Identify yourself. For 30th of May, we shall show you love. Even before 30th of May, show them love. Not all these people telling you, we are part of a Biafran war. We fought Biafran war. We are Biafran soldier. But yet you are Nigerian. If you see them, run for them. Now them, make a run for them. We are Biafran soldier. Just today we are Nigerian now, but we have to see how we can diplomatically and equivocatively. When they finish speaking grammar, you think they are human beings. Run for them, not them. So we are doing exhibition in America. We are going to remember our fallen hero and heroine. They are not within Nandekano. Mazen Nandekano. Run for them, not them. Oh, we are also fighting for Biafra. It's not only IPOB. We are being Mozob. We are Mozob being. We are Believe Human Rights. We are Zendibo. We are Tororo. And yet they hate Mazen Nandekano. Run for them, not them. Oh, Boko Haram in disguise. These are impersonators. The impersonators, I must tell you. But we must continue. So IPOB, they insult people. That is why we don't like them. Now them will run for your life. But as I'm speaking to you now, Nigerians are being hauled down. Nigerians are being killed in their thousands. Obasanjo now is shouting, hey, they want to Islamize. Boko Haram want to Islamize. I thought Boko Haram, America and Britain should come and support Nigeria to fight Boko Haram now. They think they are deceiving us when they know all these terrorists. China, all of you, come and help Nigeria and keep Boko Haram. But when Boko Haram is done, they will come for all of you. But thank Chuko Kikabiama that Biafra is there. Because we will stop them. All of them. Unamaro na Amazon and the Kano Buiking war here. The IPOB Buiking war here. The IPOB I Buiking war here, dear mama. Yeah, we want peace in Nigeria. But you don't want peace because you don't know the definition of peace. If the definition of peace is something in your dialect, do you know what it means in my dialect? Because I've actually been able to kind of compare many languages and see how it goes. And I discovered that dictionaries don't even tell you the truth. That is how bad the word has become. When you look at the religion dictionary, they tell you that sin, for instance, is simply an act of breaking divine or moral law. But when you go to Advanced Learner Dictionary, Oxford University Dictionary, Michael West Dictionary, depending on where you come from, they will tell you that sin is an act of breaking moral law. You commit sin. But you begin to check it. If sin is an act, according to all these dictionary, an act of breaking divine and moral law, then bring the Bible there. You see they lie. Because the Bible definition of sin is simple. It contradicts the dictionary definition of sin. So who is deceiving who? Because the last time I checked, the Bible say, even in your mother's womb, you are a sin. David say, according to them, in sin did my mother conceive me. Are you telling me the baby in the womb know what is the difference between divine and moral law that they can break it? I don't know when I was in my mother's womb. I don't know when God placed me there. I don't know when my mother gave to me. Even 9 months on, I didn't know myself until God gave me my brain. So how could I have broken his divine law when I don't know where I am? When I don't know my left from my right? And now you see, the definition of sin according to the dictionary is fault, is evil, is fake. They died for emergency. Do not forget that. These people died for justice. They died for equity. They died for peace. They died for the right to live. And we will not forget about them. We will always remember them. I read an article online this morning, and it said, a 40-feet container being shipped from China to Nigeria cost approximately 900,000 naira, which is almost $1 million. The same container, when it lands in the zoo called Nigeria, only from Lagos, of course, Tinkan, Auto Wharf, Lagos, down to Trade Fair, is less than 2 kilometers. Now, the moment the container will spend almost 6 months on the high sea to get to the zoo called Nigeria, you pay 900,000. And the moment the container land in Otter Wharf or Tinkan or Apapa Wharf, whatever dirty name they call it, because you are Igbo man, you are going to pay 700,000 naira for 2 kilometer transportation. The distance between Otter Wharf, Tinkan Island, Apapa Wharf, Nigerian Port Authority, down to, what did they call it, Trade Fair, is less than 2 kilometers. A journey of over 5,000 kilometers, you pay 900,000. But the moment you enter Nigeria, because you are a Biafra, a distance of 2 kilometers, you are expected to pay how much? 700,000. May God have mercy on you. The day you say you are coming down, you are bringing that same container to Biafra land, you begin to pay 1.2 million, 1.7 million, or maybe 4 million naira. One Nigeria, cool. One Nigeria, Abi. You think the pair of light is in your hand? We shall see how it ends. This is injustice. That you will empower terrorists, global recognized renowned terrorists, and you call them innocent citizens of Nigeria. Does it not prove the fact that what we are saying is right, that Nigeria is a terrorist state? You fool yourself, you think you are fooling humanity. A day will come, you will pay dearly for your atrocity. We want justice. We want equity. We want transparency. Above all, we want to be the author of our destiny. Ahmadu Bello said, we will make sure they are never in control of their life today. Most of you listen to what Ahmadu Bello say and you say, let's move ahead. You know, we got to move ahead. You got to move ahead to where? Where are you moving ahead to? The land and other people bled to build? No, the land people, men and women like you, bled to bleed. Is that where you're going to move ahead to? All of you respect yourself. Those of you in Biafra land, you are Nigeria, you are calling yourself political founding father, Obasanjo. Of course, Obasanjo is gone already. The man who want to sleep with his son's wife. I spit on all of your grief. Let this zoo dismember, so your atrocity can be covered. You keep on holding Biafra down, you are not going to sleep. Pekin will say, Mama no go sleep, he no go sleep. So you see, we are living the dream life. What is dream life? That thing you are running away from. People bled to keep America. People bled to keep China. People bled to make India what it is. People bled to make even the terrorist state, Britain, to be what they are. You are not ready to pay the sacrifice. You are yapping, speaking grammar. You eat Indomie. What did they call it? Do not puff puff. You eat puff puff in America. You come to a newspaper and yap. You collect over 3.6 million naira every month, approximately 10,000 US dollars, 10 million US dollar every year, annually. And you are telling me you are warlord. Oh, I'm warlord. Oh. Do you know the population of only Biafrans outnumber France, Britain, Italy, all of them put together? Giant of foolish animals, monkey and babu. He said, no, don't call us. We don't like when you are calling us. But you are comfortable where there is light. Come and look at where I'm broadcasting now. Mosquito there. All of them are carrying scissors. Some mosquito in my studio now. Some of them have a dagger. They have straw with them. When they nap you like this, they put the hose, suck your blood. 1 pint in a second. Come back now. But men and women died to save you. Would you have been able to get there? I discovered that immediately after the war, those of you in diaspora, about 70% of all of you ran to diaspora. It's not because it's your making. You just need a good life. But those who owns that land where you are today refuse to run. They stood their ground. But of course, I'm not blaming you, because there is always divine implication to everything that happens to us in life today. Without those of you in diaspora, the zoo would have wiped us out. They would have exterminated us. And so I'm grateful that you did what you did. Today now, they don't know where to start from. They don't know where to end. They can try to manage the situation, but there will always be collateral damage. And that will be the fate, the end of Nigeria. Collateral damage. These people died to stop nepotism and tribalism. All of them can be summed up in one word. They all died that we might be the author of our destiny. But it's unfortunate that our people are still dying for the same purpose and for the truth. And of the truth, we will never stop until Biafra is restored. Because this is the only time we can truly have it all and be totally free. They did theirs, we must do ours. They did theirs, we must do ours. Wherever you are across the globe, number one thing I need you to do is look for IPOB family closer to you. Mazen Nandekano is not here to be the president of Biafra. It's not part of our agenda. George Onyibe will not be the governor of Abo. I'm not a politically inclined individual. Uchemefo don't want to lord it over Anambra State. Chika Idoziem don't want to become shaman of Imo people. No. You think China Sanworu want to become another terrorist in Abia State? Of course not. Okay, maybe Obidi is going to be shaman somewhere in Anambra. That is not the truth. Utu Aburu is here. We stood on the line. We're standing in the gap that we might be the author of our destiny. Our fathers and their father and father before them did their part, being supported by their mothers and their children. And now we are here. We're going to do our ours. We're going to play our part. We will never let you down. Look for IPB family closer to you. Join. Pay your monthly due. Pay your monthly due. Forget about all these people pretending as if they don't know what we are saying. They are not hearing what we are saying. When it's set, they will be the first to come to this Africa to bargain. Biafrans, come. I will give you gun. How many of you will you give us when it starts? Will you forget about them? Of course, they are businessmen and women. They're waiting for you. Shoot the first gun. And then you see that their interest. Forget about them. Look for IPOB family closer to you. If we must buy gun and bullet from them, and then we need money. Today, all of us are praising Israel. Oh, Israel. Oh, Holy Land. Oh, land of God. You think God is the God of the weak? Do you know the sacrifice they paid to make Tel Aviv and wherever you are in Israel to stand there? Do you know what they paid? Do you know what people like the Rockefellers family, among others, did for Israel to stand? You are a rich man. Umego, you are a Niger Delta, rich. I pity you. Where is your warlord? Where is your Niger Delta? Why is it you don't have international airport in Niger Delta? Don't forget to be Niger Delta. I be Niger Delta. George Onyibe na Niger Delta. The same thing they are doing to Delta Niger. That is what they are doing to Niger Delta. Do you have international airport? Do you have seaport? Do you have federal government present in your land? Do you have drinking water? Do you have electricity? Do you have good road? Do you have medical facilities? Hey, another. You look like the most backward beast I have ever seen. And I don't know, say FAO now they coordinate themselves. FAO they coordinate themselves. Go to now in Biafra land, they coordinate themselves. You see, when Nigeria introduced next level, hungry won't kill anybody. The animals in Nigeria have now reorganized themselves. Goat now we give breast to dog. Dog will give breast to goat. Goat will now breastfeed chicken. All of them are cooperating now. They're yapping and jumping up and down. Are they not better than you? I'm a rich man. You see, I've made enough money. I can give you 20 million. I give you 100 million. I pity for your children. I pity for them. I pity for them. Because nowhere under this heaven will hide them. The seed you sow, they will reap. For the law of karma is in place already. For the hulobalo you people have caused in Biafra land, it shall boomerang. It will get to all of you without fail. What am I saying in effect? All these young men and women, all these elderly men and women, all these Biafran people died as a result of emergency. They beckoned on them and said, come and defend our fatherland. And they came, even though they know they were not ready. The same way IPOB beckon on you. Join the nearest family. Save the next generation of Biafra. We came. We've been everywhere. We've been Obino Pabio, Toroto. Call it any shrine. We will take an oath to tell you that we will never betray Biafra. And so when you hear people say, oh, they got to Aro say they are Obino Pabe, run for them. Now them. Look at all the people who are saying, I can't go to. They are now the breed of saboteur. And now you know, if you know. Please, when Biafra come, I will personally carry Abeno Pabe to Abo. So that when to Ani Dugu, all of them will destroy the saboteur, for there is no room for them. After Judas betrayed Jesus, did you see any chapter dedicated to him, other than the one that cursed him even before he was born? So shall your faith be. He says, this is sinful. He said, Abeno Pabe. How dare you go, Abeno Pabe? I left Abo, I went to Aruchuku, I went to Abeno Pabe. I wish there is one more dreaded and more fearful than Abeno Pabe. And then I will personally subscribe it to IPOB. Let us do it. At the end of the day, let's know. No wonder the sang Oriental brothers say, Onye wonye, amai monye wonye, onye wonye, sochuku monye bonye, onye bonye, nubu anyi wamare gwandi bo onye bonye. You think you're deceiving us? We've passed that stage. We've passed that stage. We've passed that stage. Arise, Biafrans. Wake up, Biafrans. Do what you have to do, that the next generation of Biafrans may not go through what we are going through today. Do not forget that we are not here to conquer anybody. We are not here to take that which belongs to another person. We simply want to be the author of our destiny. I must appreciate IPOB leadership. I must appreciate Mazun and the Kano. I must appreciate Mazwichime for the deputy. I must appreciate men and women who died. You must understand that while you are there, never go to bed. Your job is not yet done. You have more to do than you have done. I must appreciate everyone who have laid down their life, living heroes and heroines. I say thank you to you. I'll be back in a minute.
Onye
At this time, our lines are open. Our WhatsApp line is 081. Sorry, our WhatsApp line is 070 815 45642. Our WhatsApp line once again is 070 815 45642. Our direct line is 081 221 52971. Our direct line, I repeat, is 081 221 52971. And the special line dedicated to the female is 081 288 58614. Special line dedicated to the female is 081 288 58614. Biafrans, wherever you are all over the world, look for the nearest IPOB closer to you. Join the family there. Biafrans all over the world, Biafrans in America, our supreme leader will be touring the continent of America, among others. All of you get ready. We must come together. As one impenetrable unit, we must deliver our land, our fatherland, once and for all. If we don't do what we're doing, nobody will do it. Can you hear me? Caller on the line. Caller on the line.
My name is Mazi Onyibe of Family Writers.
Go ahead, Mazi.
I am happy for being the first person, the early bird of this morning. I want to appreciate you once again for your efforts. I want to appreciate you for your effort in the work you are doing for the people of Biafra all these days. As for me, 30, I still want to use this opportunity to tell the people of Biafra all over the world that as far as May 30 is concerned, if somebody can struggle and die in order for Biafra to continue to be, in order for the remnants of Biafra of today to be alive, I think it is not too much for another person to pay a sacrifice of sitting at home, just sitting at home for one day. If somebody faced bullets at the battle front, if somebody waged war, defended the land from shellings and bullets of 1967, somebody cannot be said that it is too much for him to just stay at home for 12 hours and then continue what you said you are doing. So what I want to say is that there is no person that will give us any excuse of the reason why he desecrated our land come May 30th. There is nothing any person will tell us as his reason. We must respect and give this honor to our heroes. As for saboteurs who are telling us to go and work, all I know is that a day is coming when everybody will stand before the incorruptible. Any person who committed any type of sabotage will stand before the incorruptible judiciary of Biafra to tell of how he managed anything that is committed in his hand during this struggle. I want to also use this opportunity to appreciate our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and assure him once again of our commitment towards his effort. We will stand behind him. Let his heart never shake because of saboteurs. There is no person who will work for Biafra restoration without being in the spirit, without being baptized by the spirit that is standing towards the struggle. So if anybody has fallen out, no matter how big that person is, I want to assure him that he will always have us to stand behind him. Let him never fear anything, because God will protect him. Chukwuokadiyama will always be with him. As for Mazi Uchemefo, I want to appreciate him for being the whole Joshua and Aaron of this period of time behind Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I am not afraid of him compromising any day, because an opportunity was presented to him sometimes to compromise. But Uchemefo proves to be a man. He is an iron man of this struggle, and he will eat the fruit of his labor when the time comes. Because his children will be happy that they had a father like Uchemefo, who, when others were compromising, he refused to compromise. None of us is coming to Biafra, just like you said, unless if the people choose to. As for me, like this, I am looking forward to be a great man of God, as I am already planning. Heaven and earth bears me witness that I have no plan today of ruling any clan in Biafra land. My target is being general overseer of my dreams. But if tomorrow the people of Biafra say, hey, we want you to serve as social capacity, as a humble servant, I will not say no, because I have not been saying no to whatever the people of Biafra are saying I should do for them. But as for interest, that is not in my agenda. Thank you, Mazi Onyibe. God bless you.
We must continue. 30th of May is it at home. And our people must allow this to sink into their head, that these people who died for our emergency will never be forgotten. Can you hear me? Ada on the line.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Good morning, sir. Mazi Onyibe. I'm calling from Norway. My name is Uwatofia. Good morning, sir. God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank God you are from Edo State, sir. You understand?
Of
there
course.
are some saboteurs calling me. Edo State is not a Biafra. It's Edo people that kill us. It's Edo people that massacre us. The Yoruba that kill you. You don't go and meet Yoruba people and tell them that you are the one that massacre you. Yoruba, Fulani, Hausa. You did not go and meet them. You coming to meet me because I failed to compare with you. You know, Mazi Onyibe, some people called me last week. I didn't know. They said I will come and talk on radio. I didn't know that they are saboteur, because they are talking on my show. You know, said we are fighting for one Biafra. You understand?
Yes.
So, Sister Efe, quick called me, say those people, they are not with you now, they cannot, they are saboteur. You understand? So people just come and start to attack me. Edo State is not a Biafra. You people are the one that slaughter our people.
My sister,
people are the one that...
My sister,
yes, sir.
Let me tell you something. I am
Yeah.
from Bender State.
Okay.
I was born and raised up in Bender State.
Okay.
I have sense. In fact, I have left secondary school before all these terrorist Nigerian government divide Bender State. I am from Abo. There are things when we say it, some people it's a lie. But instead of them to go and find out the truth, the reason behind what we do, they will be saying, oh, they want their opinion to count because they think they have something in their bank account. They are all hopeless people. Now, let me tell you, when you talk about former Bender State, the largest tribe in former Bender State is Abo people, Eka people.
Abo, yes.
We are the largest. Abo people, if anybody that likes now, let them go and jump inside the well. Abo people in former Bender State occupy more than 60% of the landscape. And Abo people are Igbo people. But let's not go there. Outside Abo people, that is why you divide Abo into two. Majority of the population of people in Delta State is Abo. Majority of people in Edo State is Abo. And what am I saying in effect? My maternal home now is in Edo State, Abo. My paternal home now is in Delta State, Abo. why I'm saying all these things is that there are a few things anybody will tell me. If I know what happened in Iguacha, if I know what happened in Bayelsa, if I know what happened in Enugu, in Ebonyi, is it Abo I will not know? Let me tell you. The mistake Nigerian government made was that under Ambrose Ali, they thought they've been able to brainwash our people. Of course, they successfully did that to most of our people. So when you see Igbo man in Delta or Edo State telling you, oh, we are not Biafra, it's not their fault. Have mercy on them. Ambrose Ali was the one who gave us the privilege of having access to all this information we have today. An Igbo man could say, Judge Onyibe is very educated, very enlightened. It's not true. They would have been better than me if they worked hard as much as I did. By the time Ambrose Ali was giving us free education, they were trying to oppress the Igbos of the Southeast and South-South, bamboozle them so they will never know their right. So when you see Ikwere man or Hero Hama telling you that they are not Igbo, it's not their fault. But we knew that truth. And I thank Chukwuka Abiyama that I work with it. Now, coming back to Edo State, only one community that is not Biafra. The whole Biafran should hear me today. Only one community in Edo State that is not Biafra.
Yes.
And the Oba of Benin is a Yoruba man. You're talking about Orionwo, Esako, Ekpoma, Awuchi. I know every nook and cranny of Bende State. Abudu, Awuchi, Ozanogogo, Ozanishi, Umolua, Ewohimi. There is no place you are going to tell me. There's no bombing for America, according to my landlord. I say only one community in Edo State that is not Biafra. But why your people are so weak? Because they accept Islam. That is why we are just watching them. Look at Adams Oshimole. Look at Moritola Mohammed. Do you know Moritola Mohammed is from today Edo State? Do you know? He's from Awuchi Aziz. Moritola Mohammed is not our man. He's from Awuchi Aziz. You have Atali of Awuchi, you have Ata of Igala. So who is deceiving who? We know our people. We know our people. So when you are talking, I'm looking at all of you. I know my people. I know my people. You have Ozanishi, you have Ozanogogo. You go to Ozanishi, Ozanogogo.
My mother not from me.
You see? So we know our people. But we are not dragging anybody's land. The same way they are saying, oh, Igala is not Biafra. But do you know there are Igala people in Asaba? Do you know there are Igala people in Anambra? You know, Igala is not Biafra. Idoma is not Biafra. Do you know there are Idoma in Benue State? Do you know there are Idoma in Cross River State? But these people, they use our head to do Atomakasa. At the right time, we will know. But for all those people who are sitting aside and say, oh, we are Radio Biafra Continental, we are Radio Biafra International, we are Mozobo, we are Bizobe, we are Zomboson, Niger Delta Biafra, Upland Biafra, Igbo Biafra, Abo Biafra, Ikinkwo Biafra, we are waiting for all of them. I mean, Biafra land, thunder will fire them. And Yemena, that useless, hopeless man who is somewhere in America who can't even come to his father's land, is telling them that I'm threatening them. When I will threaten them, they will know. Let them come to Biafra land now. They don't know what is coming for all of them. Don't let anybody deceive you. Continue to raise your voice for Biafra because the world must hear Biafra. In fact, very soon, Southern Kaduna people will claim to be Biafra. All of them, let them come. They are welcome. They are welcome.
Yes,
everybody is welcome. So far, you are not terrorists.
Everybody is welcome.
So far, you are not a terrorist. May God be with you, Adam. Don't let them. Don't let saboteurs take the best of you. Stand and defend your fatherland. That is what we are doing.
Yes,
here.
Exactly.
Thank you,
sir.
much.
Oh, yeah, Biafra, sir.
Oh, hey,
sit at home. That's of name. Sit at home, everybody. If you can't sit at home, go to cemetery. That flower. That candle. Go and light it.
Go and light it there.
Thank you.
Thank you,
my
sister.
Sir. God bless you, sir.
Continue.
Bye-bye.
If you cannot sit at home, lie down at home. If you cannot lie down at home, stand up at home. But be at home. Can you hear me? Caller on the line. Caller on the line, are you there? You see, you are listening to your radio. So you won't even know when I've picked your call. That is your problem. You are on the line there, you are calling, and you're not even paying attention to your phone. How will you know when I pick your call? Can you hear me? Caller on the line.
Good morning, Mazi. Good morning to you.
Good morning, my brother. Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. Good morning, fellow dear friends, friends of dear friends, and the lovers of freedom. The blessing of Chukwuka Abiyama will continue to guide and protect us and keep us moving forward for the total restoration of our land. What we are looking for is ours. My name is Hugo, and I'm calling from Enugu province this morning. I want to use this opportunity to continue to announce to our brothers and sisters that 30th May remains where it is that we must sit at home, so as to remember all these gallant women and those that died for us to live, those that sacrificed their life. The creator of heaven and earth, he is the reason why today that we are in existence. But the simple truth is that every member of this family, if you happen to find yourself in the territory of Biafra, it is compulsory that you must obey. For those of you that is saying that Nnamdi Kanu is not in position to give order for sit at home, will kill you. You thunder because I don't know who is in position to give order for sit at home. If it is not our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, a man who made himself available, who sacrificed his life, his family, in this our own generation, all the so-called Igbo elite who supposed to speak for us, you see them running away, trying to run away from their responsibility. But this man took it upon himself, and some of you are questioning a divine order that comes from the Almighty God. I am saying it and echoing it that everybody in our land, it is compulsory. Yes. Somebody asked whether it is compulsory that I must sit at home. Yes. If it is not compulsory, that means you are an evil person. You love evil. And evil will continue to follow you every day of your life. Sitting at your home at a one particular day will not take anything from your life. For some of you, you don't like what is good. So I am using this opportunity to urge our brothers and sisters in Biafran land as a whole that we must observe this sit at home for the benefit of our own good. We are tired of the zoo, and that is the reason why we continue to tell the whole world every day, and we remain firm on what we are asking. Nothing will make us to go back, except our land is being restored. Mazi, may the blessing of people continue to guide and protect you as you continue to do this wonderful work. Thank you very much.
We are going home. Nothing more, nothing less. Can you hear me, caller on the line?
Hello, Onyibe. Good morning, sir.
Ada, good morning. Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. I thank God this morning for the miracle of waking up this morning. It's a great miracle. And I thank you. I thank Nnamdi Kanu, the great man of Biafra. Sir, on that day, if you said, I'm happy when once I hear this, my sister from Apple, or a person speaking, to make my heart glad. And I'm glad that I hear her voice this morning. My name is Onu Wabuchi. I'm calling from Aba. So on that day, we have, I have to believe that prayer. The Bible says, pray all the gospel to the every hearer. And I believe that every hearer, every ear shall hear this gospel of restoration of Biafra. And that on that day, that of men, that everybody will sit at home. And I pray that God will help me. I will sit at home, I and my family, on that day to honor the heroes that fight for the Biafra, to honor the heroes that fight for the liberation of this Biafra. And there is one that I know. I saw on Facebook one time. The man, they shoot him on the leg. And when he is dying, he cry and say, oh, brother, remember me, please bring Biafra for us. And anytime that I remember that word, and I say, God, help me to see this Biafra, because that man has died on behalf of me. And I pray that on that day, I will sit at home. And I say to others, please, wherever you are hearing my voice, please on that day, sit at home. It's only but one day. It's not 2 days. It's not 3 days. Please, everybody sit at home. Thank you, man. Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, and God be with you. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Collected.
Hello?
Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, Onyibe.
Good morning. Go ahead, please, my brother.
Can I use my dialect?
Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mazi Onyibe. Unu emena too much. Particularly you. In Akunsube. Onye ihe ga-eme na onye ọwụ na-awụ onye Igbo nọ ndụ onye Biafra nọ ndụ a na-echetara sit at home. Ọ karịa mma na o zoro ọkụkọ lakpuo ụra. Ọ karịa mma na ọ nwụrụ anwụ. Ndị niile tụfuru ndụ ha ịzọ ndụ ha ka a sị ka echeta ya nwee ndị na-ekwu okwu si agaghị eme ya. Hell, ebere m na-emere ndị agha. Ọ na-ebutere eji akparị ndị Biafra akparị ndị Igbo na anyị lakiri ego karịa ndụ anyị. Leenụ ọ bụrụ na Awụsa ma ọ gwuru otu onye lepa kwuru sị ka asọpụrụ ndị nwụrụ anwụ na Awụsa, a ga-eme ya dịka kantọm. Ele ihe mere anyị ji akparị onwe anyị na-achọ onye na-akparị anyị. Ekele dịrị ụnụ Maazị Onyibe gị ma Nnamdi Kanu ma Uche Mefọ. Ewezuga ụnụ anyị amaghị ebe anyị gara anọ. Anyị nwere ọnụ a na-asọpụrụ ndị Biafra ugbu a na Zoo Country wụ maka ụnụnwa. That is Chineke bụ unu ume. Onye ọbụla na-echere unu echiche ọjọọ ga-ebu ọkụkọ ụzọ alakpu ụra. Onye ọbụla na-ekwu against ụnụnwa ga-ebu ọkụkọ ụzọ alakpu ụra. Ndị Biafra kwari n'onwe unu ugwu. Kwari n'onwe unu ugwu. Kedu ihe wu ihe a? Jos nọrọ cheta ndị gara azọ ndụgo gara azọ right gị egwuregwu ụdị ijom. Why? Kedu ihe wu ihe nke a? Biko mmadụ emekwere ka obi daa ọnụ mba. Ihe ma wụ na Biafra must be reality. Ana m ekele ụnụ. O kelenụ na be anyị n'ugbu a. Enweghị ụdị ụtụ anyị naghị atọ fọ ịtụ ị na-aga n'ụzọ asịghị weta ego, ịzọpụ otu ụkpa asịghị weta ego, multiple taxes. Onye wu onye isi nwokezie ebe ka ọ nọ na ebe ka ọ nọ Chineke ga-atacha all of them ahụhụ. Ebe ahụ ọ nọ ọ ga-anọ ebe ahụ nọchi ike because of oche ma ndụ n'ọnwụ ofufere n'eluigwe a ga-ahụ okpuru afọ ya anya. Biko ana m ekele unu. Chineke unu ji mmadụ emekwere ka unu dọ mba. Chineke gọzie unu n'ofu n'ofu n'aha Yeshua.
Thank you. We must continue, my brother. Thank you. Call on WhatsApp. Your problem is that you keep calling me and you keep listening to your radio. Are you calling me with your radio?
No.
Go ahead. Please.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Good morning.
Morning. Go ahead.
Good morning, sir.
Go ahead, please.
I am Jude Ononiwu. I am from Yemen, no. I'm calling this radio Biafra from Aba. George Onyibe, thank you very much for the work you are doing for the people of Biafra. I'm telling you that we all are happy, and we all are happy, and we all are happy because of you, Nnamdi, Carlo, and Uche Mefo. You people are helping us well, that we cannot forget what you people are doing for us. And we are here because Nigeria have done us a lot. And we cannot stand against the suffer of Nigeria. That is why we want to liberate ourselves. Please, I'm calling from Aba, and I want to tell all the whole Mbano people, we are in our diaspora, anywhere you are. Please, I'm your brother. I'm talking to you this time to join IPOP wherever you are. Please, Mbano, don't ever go back. We are standing out because we are Biafrans, and we cannot forget Biafra. And there is nothing that will make us to leave Biafra. Please, Mbano people, wherever you are, understand today that we are IPOB and we are Biafrans. And the intimidation is too much that we cannot apprehend it. At this time, I want you people to stand up on your feet and forget whatever they are doing, whatever the saboteurs are doing, whatever the government people are doing. First Biafra, and understand that Biafra is our own, and know that we have suffered a lot in the hands of Nigeria or in the hands of Zoo. Please don't forget that we are Biafrans. What I'm telling you this morning is that where I am a Biafran, and I stand as a Biafran, and nothing will make me go back. There is no way I cannot stand for Biafra. Please, my people of Mbano, wherever you are, please stand up and become Biafra and understand where you are and understand what you are meant to be, because we are Biafrans. Please, if no people are hearing me, wherever you are, in America, in London, in everywhere, in Asia, please stand up now and become Biafra strong. Because I myself, Biafra or death, I believe you. Onyibe and then Namdekala and Uchemefo. I know that there is no way I can forget you. Even though I am dead, I will never remember you, because I know you have made me proud and you have made me to understand who I am and where I'm coming from. Thank you, and God bless all Biafrans. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafrans. We must continue. Caller on the line. Your name and where you calling from?
Hello,
Good morning,
sir.
Ada. Go ahead, please.
My name is Chema. I'm calling from Ababa.
Go ahead.
Now, I want to thank you for what you have been doing for us. Actually, even the death have had our 30th of May at home announcement. We have been saying it for almost 2 to 3 weeks now, so that everybody will hear. Because even in the Bible, God said before we ask that He has already made our problem, but we should continue asking until our happiness is complete. We have said it, everybody knows that 30th of May is sit at home, but we will continue to say it until that 30th of May pass, so that nobody will say he or she did not hear. We must sit at home. We have given us all the reasons that we need to know to sit at home. Even the blind can even see the reason to sit at home. The blind, the deaf can even hear the reason to sit at home. And nobody will come out on that day. Nobody. Everybody must sit at home. Now it's by force. We are not going to give anybody to sit at home. Now it's by force. Everybody must sit at home. It's the way Biafra land. And woe to the person that will disobey us, that will try to come outside. My people of Imeri, even go back, the long I back up, I do that way, do cheer. That yes, me, only do what we need to do what we hala. Meeting hala, chot, meeting chot, Hawaka, Mawili, Pini, godly meaning, Nina Mabu, 30th of May, Marulu, Malaysia Bleach, it's equal it's a wow, it's eating, it's a kaka, godly more. So the other woman, Leah, do what you are 30th of May. Kai kwa ronda jinto watu waja, Makayawa, kai kwa ruu. Opo matudu mwenye. Unu national anthem mai. Ome bose na oburugo jinto ya atu waja. Gachime ka Biafra aja. Na kwa onwo atu etu obola. Bokwa nonjo wale, bokwa nonja nnambile. Nnamdi yorila jeni ilome swaja ezi adia swaja geka tabu ndi obo swaja anda amaya no bano ụfọdụ ndị amahadu onye ọbụ ụba nso tudedu ya na nke ya nwa bụ am no IPAB ma ọ bịa ntị mmadụ anọ ya ntị nke hala ma agba onye ọ Chineke gbaa ya ume mere anyị ebere ka idu uwe ọdụ ume nwehala ihe ọjọọ ya kpagara mee ma ọ bụ idu uwe ọdụ ume ngwa mgbe eme ya ga-aga anyị marakwa ihe ọjọọ ichara Thank you very much. Continue your good work. The good Lord will strengthen you because it's not easy. Morning and night, you are studio. God bless
my sister.
And my leader, and bless every one of us that you shall be here with us. Thank you, Maz, and good morning.
Thank you, and good morning, my sister. How I wish we can do more. But then we must continue. Can you hear me, caller on WhatsApp? Caller on WhatsApp.
Good morning, Onyibe.
Morning. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I can. My name is Mazi Chidebere Raphael, and I'm calling you from Aba. I am a member of IPOB, Brush Lasemakle Zone. And this morning I want to thank you for what you people are doing for the indigenous people of Biafra. I also want to thank our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Ohamadike Omoburu of Biafra land. Also, our brother Mazuche Mefo, the man that stands like an Iroko tree and has said that this very struggle shall never see corruption. I salute his courage. And I salute every principal officers of Biafra land. And also those in diaspora. I want to say, the Most High God, Chukwokike Abiyama, bless each and every one of you in the name of Yeshua. My brother, this morning, I came from Ikeduru in Imo State. I also want to thank each and every one of us that is struggling to see that this restoration of Biafra will never be a thing of the past. But we, our children and our children's children shall see Biafra and enjoy the fruit of our labor. Mazi Ikechukwu Onoha, the Biafra land coordinator, I also want to thank him this morning. My brother, I want to stand to say this morning to all Biafrans in Aba, all Biafrans all over the world, 30th May is sacrosanct. It's a day that we can never joke with. Nobody can stop us from sitting at home. Even the zoo government and their DSS and their police, they are just wasting their time because our people have known the truth, and the truth shall set us free. I want to say, continue in what you're doing. We are here working, and the Lord will grant our work a very big reward. In the name of Yeshua.
Thank you. You see, this is where we draw the curtain for this morning segment. A moment of inspirational great Biafrans across the globe. This is just a means to the way of achieving our purpose. This is some of the things Nigerians don't want you to know. You never know how evil late Buhari was. You never know how evil Obasanjo, Babangida they are. Babangida now is down with stroke. By now, maybe you would have been campaigning for Babangida 2023. There would have been no Yoruba there to campaign. They are making mockery of you. They are making jest of you. You are following them one Nigeria. How will you know how evil they are? Generals without going to war. You become general because you keep Biafra. Useless people. So no, don't insult them. No. But they are killing us. You are a fault finder. You're not trying to look at what is happening to us. You're trying to tell us how to organize ourselves. Don't worry. I hope you are teaching Boko Haram manners. I hope you are teaching Fulani herdsmen and Miati Allah manners on how to rape your mother and father. There are mad people everywhere. See you next time.
Pharaoh rapon de mo eji mo baraku gonjo. Pharaoh rapon de mo Pharaoh rapon de mo Pharaoh rapon de mo eji mo baraku gonjo. Pharaoh rapon de mo two Israel serious and the king to rap. Chinika when you have made. However, I'm Pharaoh rapon de mo Pharaoh rapon de mo eji mo baraku gonjo. Pharaoh rapon de mo Pharaoh rapon de mo Pharaoh rapon de mo eji mo baraku gonjo. Pharaoh rapon de mo Chineke gara obodo ndọrọda ebe kụọ gị isi abụ ebe ahụ ka a nọrọ ọtụtụ arọ ha ụmụ Chineke gara obodo ndọrọda ebe kụọ gị isi abụ ebe ahụ ka a nọrọ ọtụtụ arọ ha ọ dịghị onye chọrọ ikwuru ọnụ ọ dịghị onye nụrụ akwa ha n'ebe ewe na-emeghị ha na-eme ozu nwụrụ anwụ ọ dịghị onye chọrọ ikwuru ọnụ ọkacha ewe n'iwe ọ dịghị onye nụrụ akwa ha n'ebe ewe na-emeghị ha na-eme ozu nwụrụ anwụ Chineke nke eluigwe mechara ha